Welcome to day 2 of building your online business, you guys. Today, we are going to focus on everything that has to do with building a solid foundation for your business on social media.
Let's get straight into it. You need to be clear on who it is that you're talking to. When you're showing up as a face-forward creator or a faceless creator, you have to be clear on who your audience is. And I know this may seem scary, especially if you've never done something like this before, you guys. But if you're speaking to everyone, then you're speaking to no one, right? Ultimately, you're speaking to yourself, right? You're speaking to someone who can connect with you, someone who can find you relatable, and someone who can truly look at you and see themselves in you as well.
You want to make sure throughout this journey, you guys, your foundation is set upon someone who can look at you and know exactly who you are, exactly what it is that you do, and feel like they relate to you more than anything else. So the number one question you want to start off with, you want to write it down. And this is some homework for you guys to come into day 3 with is, who do you want to talk to when you show up on social media? And the way to figure that out is asking who you are.
Being clear on who your audience is going to eventually help you create that content that creates connection, and connection is eventually what is going to lead to sales. So once you guys are clear on who you're talking to, we'll see you in the next video.
The next question you want to ask yourself is, what are you selling? Most people will answer that by saying, I'm clearly selling SWC. However, that is not true. You are not selling a product. You are selling a transformation. Okay. It is very important for you to make sure that you are taking your buyer through a journey, and understanding what you're selling and everything that comes with it is key to growing here.
I know that this is social selling, and it's so easy to think, well, this is kind of sales, isn't it? No, people come to you because they feel connected to you. It is your job to paint the full picture, right? We're going to get into that a little bit later, but I want you guys to understand that you are the problem solver, right? There was a reason, and take yourself back to why you started. Why did you eventually decide that you wanted to purchase SWC? There was a problem you had that you knew this product could fulfill and fix for you. So that is what you're selling here, right? Is a solution and transformation in someone else's life.
Right. You're not just selling SWC. You're selling the community of SWC. You're selling the value within it. You are selling yourself as a brand. You're selling the fact that there are resources like mentorship, right? And like different things we're going to explain to you guys throughout this module. But it's very important to remember that so that you are fully confident in what it is you have to offer.
The next question you want to ask yourself is, why am I selling this program? If your answer to yourself is, I'm selling this to make money, that is the superficial answer here, right? You got to dig a little bit deeper, you guys, and we're always going to give it to you real. You want to remember that you're selling this because you or yourself are looking for transformation, and the person on the other side of the screen is looking for that too. Your reason for selling this program matters, because if your purpose is not clear, then your message won't be either. So just to give you guys some examples, right? What are some reasons as to why you're selling SWC? Maybe you're selling SWC because you want to build that financial freedom. You want to be able to afford, extra groceries. You want to be able to travel. You want to be a present parent to your children. You want to be able to just do things that you weren't able to do financially before, right? Those are concrete reasons as to why you are selling this program, and you can deliver that through your consistent message day in and day out.
This basically becomes your motivation, you guys. This becomes what your brand becomes known for. This becomes your voice. And believe it or not, this becomes something that your audience is expecting from you every time you show up on social media. The stronger your motivational factor is and the stronger your brand is, the more people will be able to connect to you. Remember, this is not all about reselling SWC. This is about you building a solid foundation and community on social media that will follow you wherever it is that you go.
Now, let's be honest with ourselves. What problems do you have currently that you felt purchasing SWC would help you solve? And you have to keep that in the back of your mind every time you're showing up on social media. Why? Because chances are your audience have similar problems, you guys. At the end of the day, SWC is a problem solver, right? This is not just, sell a course to resell a course. No, it's the course that provides the information and the opportunity to create that transformation and solve that problem at hand.
I love wording it as the fact that you have a destination that you're trying to get to. You need to view SWC as the vehicle that is going to take you from where you are now to that destination, right? It's going to help not only you be able to solve a particular set of problems, but your potential audience as well. This is why we say when it comes to social selling, we relate on trigger points. When we see that someone is looking for financial freedom, they're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, they want to spend more time with their children, we are going to be able to relate to that person if we are in the same place. And if they found a vehicle to take them from point A to that dream destination, then chances are we're going to start as well.
And remember, you guys, you don't need results to start this business and hit the ground running. We all start from zero. We all start with no sales. I know it's so easy to look around social media and start comparing yourself to other people who are making income too, but your story, your reason why, the problems you started this to try to solve within your life, and the transformation you're looking for is exactly what you need to share so you can connect to the right people.
The next question you want to ask yourself is, who am I in this space? Now, let's talk about what I mean by that. Number one, are you the true complete beginner, not only to digital marketing, but on social media as well, right? Are you a mama looking to be able to build a community of other moms? Are you someone like myself that's just an introvert at heart and you're tired of seeing all of these extroverts make money online, and you know that there's a way for you to do so as well behind the scenes as a faceless creator?
And something on top of that is, are you someone who's interested in art? Are you someone who wants to create a cookbook, right? Maybe you're someone who is interested, I don't know, whatever your hobbies are. It doesn't have to be linear. You have so many options. As we shared in the beginning, you have to create and stand true to who you are in this space so you can grow a community according to that.
But the reason that it's also so important to know this is, let me give you guys an example. If you're just a complete beginner in this space, you have no prior experience on social media, if you've never posted something before, it is very important for you guys to share that on your social media platforms. You want to share where you're starting this from. Yes, we all start from zero. Yes, you're not going to start day one with monetary sales, but we forget how important it is to share your story starting on day one. I can assure you guys that even if you're a complete beginner in this space, even if you haven't made your first sale, one thing that you did do very differently from someone who's still watching is you made the purchase. You came over to the other side. You are no longer watching from the sidelines. You now know what this course has to offer. You're now getting the daily steps in order for you to start your business, to start making money online. So any individual who's still out there, who's still watching from the sidelines, who hasn't joined SWC yet, you have so much knowledge that they don't have yet. So it's so easy to say, I'm a beginner, I don't know what I'm doing yet. No, you are a beginner who is no longer in the stage of watching from the sidelines, who's someone who is still watching can learn so much from.
And remember, there's someone out there right now waiting for you to show up to share your journey exactly where you are right now, with no sales, with no experience, just being honest and saying, oh my God, guys, I started this. I'm scared, but I'm going to take you along the journey. And this is my reason why. There's someone out there waiting for you to be transparent, to be authentic, and to show up confidently as your true authentic self so they can get started with you. I say this all the time. There are going to be people that connect with you that I could never connect with. And they're waiting for you to show up consistently every single day so they can believe in themselves too.
And that's why it's so important for you to confidently know who you are on this space and what your mission is going to be here, so that you can show up with confidence once we dive into the social media portion of it and reach your right people.
Now let's dig a little bit deep and ask yourself why. Why is it that you decided to take part and start on this journey of yours, right? The reality is your why is your anchor. It is going to be the one thing that keeps you grounded. You are going to have to constantly throughout your journey come back to your why and remind yourself why you started this journey, you guys. We're never going to paint a perfect picture for you. We're never going to tell you guys that this business model is easy, right? It's going to require you to get very uncomfortable. It's going to require you to show up and stay consistent and put yourself positions and do things you've never done before. But I'm a firm believer that as long as you're willing to do that and stay consistent, you're going to see the results. But the reality is there's going to be tough moments. You're going to get in your head, right? You're going to find yourself comparing yourself. You're going to wonder if you are worthy and if you should continue on this journey. And the days where you question yourself, the days where you feel like giving up, you have to be able to go back to your why. So having a strong why, whether that's starting for yourself and wanting a change in your life, and wanting a change in your financial circumstances, or maybe you're starting because of your children and you want to provide a better future for your children. Maybe you're starting for your spouse. Maybe you're starting for your future self. Whatever your reason why is, you have to hold on to it and keep that close to you throughout your journey, because entrepreneurship is not always easy, but I promise you it is always worth it.
That goes hand in hand with the question of who. Who is it that you are trying to help? Who is it that you're creating content for? Who are you trying to connect to? The reason that it's very important to know this is so that your content is showing up and providing value every single time you post. Every time you show up on social media, if you're speaking to everyone, you are speaking to no one. Knowing who it is that you are trying to help and who you want to trust you is key to making sure that your content is showing up with a clear message.
The same way I just mentioned to you guys that it's very important to stay consistent and remember your why. It's very important to make sure you're consistent in your pitch and who it is that you're creating content for day in and day out. Those are the people who are going to stick around. It takes someone about 7 times to see you show up on social media before they actually even think about getting started with you, right? So you don't want to be talking to one group of people one day and then a completely different group of people the other. Stay consistent in your message and you will see people eventually want to get started with you. Knowing your who, what, and why is really the basis of creating that strong foundation even before you go out there and start promoting yourself on social media. You have to be clear in who you are so that you can build yourself as a leader in this space. Remember, you guys, people don't want to follow someone who's perfect. They don't, right? They want to follow someone who is inspiring, someone who they feel they can connect to, someone who they feel is real, raw, and relatable, and someone who they know can lead them somewhere.
So before you guys dive into day 3, make sure that you have all of these questions written down and you have a very clear understanding of what your answers are. I promise you this is going to help you feel like you're going from a complete beginner to an actual leader once you start posting on social media.